Monster Jam Stadium Championship Series West has moved back out west after two events in Atlanta, Georgia 2 weeks ago as they find themselves in Denver, Colorado. This series has been awesome all year long, and both stadium series have been tight at the top. And with just 3 shows to go, 7 points separate the top 2 drivers on this series. Tristan England, a 3-time series champion in the JCB Digatrons, hunting his first Stadium Championship Series win. And Ryan Anderson, a 5-time Stadium Championship Series champion, is 7 points out, trying to make up the ground. He's been fighting all year and has not been able to do it. Will he be able to gain some ground today, or will Tristan put him further behind? With only 3 more shows to go, it's going to be a fascinating one. Watch next on Monster Jam. Monster Jam fans, welcome to Denver, Colorado at Mile High Stadium for Stadium Championship Series West action. So happy to have you back for more Monster Jam today. We've got 12 drivers competing in this beautiful sunny event. Let's meet who they are. And leading it off, we've got Matt Pagliarulo, the driver of Jester. This is his 10th year in a Monster Jam. He's got a silver body to represent that. Jamie Garner in El Toro Loco was flying high in Atlanta last time we saw him. He's the leader of Overboard Motorsports. He's got his son on the series with him as well. Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken's one of the 2 boys of Matt Pagliarulo driving on this series, and he loves eating Chick-fil-A while on the road. Todd LeDuc and Megalodon's been driving the new Stars and Stripes Megalodon. Excited to see that thing competing here, and it seems to have been giving him a little bit of more kick. After him, we've got Kayla Blood and Sparkle Smash, who had some awesome air and her best freestyle of the year in Atlanta, but still doesn't have a competition win on the season. Michael Pagliarulo in the Excalibur truck has a new body this week that we're going to get to see. Very excited to see that here in Denver, Colorado. Cole Vennard in the Black Pearl, the man with just 1 leg, has been driving this truck really well all year long, and he has himself 2 racing wins and 2 freestyle wins. Zach Garner in Wildside, your defending World Finals racing champion, has not won the competition all year long. We'll see if he can get one today. Adam Anderson in Gravedigger, took him a long time to get going this season, but he's finally kicked it into gear. He's got 6 competition wins under his belt and 3 freestyle wins. Bryce Kenny in Manchaman is the 2nd most overall wins on the series. Still has a small chance of winning this tour, but it's going to be pretty difficult. The 2 men at the top are pretty far away. Ryan Anderson in Son of a Digger is a 5-time series champion. He's 2nd place on the series, the son of the legend Dennis Anderson, hunting down Tristan England in the JCB Digatron, looking for his first Stadium Series win. He is 3 events away from it, but he's going to have to hold first. Now that you met the drivers, let's watch them compete. We got a battle of the brothers to start our first competition of the day, which is racing. Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken is racing Michael Pagliarulo in Excalibur. This is the only head-to-head competition these drivers get to compete in. It's their only chance to hand the opponent a loss. Michael Pagliarulo in that beautiful new Excalibur body is gonna lose. Kraken is your winner. He will move on to the next round. Empower Field at Mile High has been hosting shows for quite some time now, as Adam Anderson and Gravedigger will take on Kayla Blood in Sparkle Smash. And the last couple of years, it's been rainy and snowy in this building. Really, really a refreshing sight to have a dry venue. We've also had some muddy shows on the other series the last couple of weekends. Adam Anderson right now holding a small lead. Sparkle Smash trying to pick up a win in round 1. She does not have a competition win on the season, and she is not going to get one in racing today. Gravedigger knocks her down in round number 1. Your defending world racing champion is in this next race. It's Wildside, being driven by Zach Garner, and his opponent will be Megalodon, driven by Todd LeDuc. Wildside sounds horrible. He might have a terrible motor problem right now. Oh, that thing has either a missing cylinder or 2 or something. But that thing sounds horrible. Todd LeDuc should be able to cruise to an easy victory in round 1. Disappointing for Zach Garner. He's going to have 2 shows left to try and win a racing competition. I thought this year he would have the 2nd or 3rd most on the series. Well, right now he is one of a few drivers without a single racing win. In our next race, we'll get to see his father. That'll be Zach Garner's father, Jamie Garner in El Toro Loco. He's taking on Matt Pagliarulo in Jester. We've got the 2 fathers of the children on this series, the battle of the dads. I mean, a lot of the drivers are fathers on this series, but not of other drivers on the tour. Matt Pagliarulo has the upper hand in the battle of the fathers. Not normally a pretty good racer, but looks smooth here today. He's lost. I don't know how he managed to do that, but Matt Pagliarulo had an easy win, and he blew it. So Jamie Garner will move on. Now we move on to our 2nd round of racing. We get a look at the 4 drivers who got bye runs into this round randomly. Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger is the first one. He's taking on Kraken. I've noticed a lot of drivers are having trouble on this side turning-wise. It's cost Ryan Anderson pretty badly right now. Nick Pagliarulo's got a really big lead. Let's see how he handles the turn. They come around the final turn, and Ryan made up the ground and wins the race somehow. So something's going on in these turns. Really, really strange. Colvinard and the Black Pearls taking on his old buddy. That'll be Adam Anderson, the driver of Gravedigger. And obviously Colvinard wants to take down Adam Anderson because at this point, Adam has been a longtime mentor for Cole in the sport, and Adam is going to try and win the race here in round number 2. And Adam is going to grab the victory here as he will move on into the semifinals. We get our next pairing up to the line now as Tristan England in the JCB Digatron takes on Todd LeDuc in Megalodon. Tristan England this season has 3 racing wins on the year. That is, if you can believe it, the 2nd most on the series. Todd LeDuc in Megalodon has 0. We'll see if one of them can move on to the semifinals here. This track has been very difficult to compete on, and I don't know who won the race. I think it was Todd LeDuc. Tough to tell from this angle, though. So Todd LeDuc, I think, 1 step closer to that final round. So now we got the last race of round number 2. We've got Bryce Kenny and Monster Mutt going up against Jamie Garner and El Toro Loco. Really, you got to keep your eye on this turn. This has been the turn right in front of us that is making or breaking these races. Jamie Garner is a small lead, but he's got to deal with this turn. That's usually costing drivers the race. It just looks like that other turn is smooth, and this one is not. It gives Bryce Kenny a win. We go to the semifinals of racing. It's Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger taking on his brother Adam Anderson in Gravedigger, the 2 children of the icon Dennis Anderson, the legendary Digger name. One of them's moving on to the finals. Adam's got a truck length lead, but he's got to deal with this tough final turn. Who is going to pull away with the victory? Adam has a great turn, and it is, I don't know if it's enough. He lost some ground over the jump. It was a photo finish. The winner of that race will take on the winner of this one. It's either Bryce Kenny and Monster Mutt, or will it be Todd LeDuc in Megalodon? Bryce Kenny with a real problem in the turn. So many drivers are struggling on this side of the track. Todd LeDuc's going to pull away. Can he execute a solid final turn and win the race? It is so slick in that corner, and it's going to cost Todd LeDuc. Bryce Kenny has won it. That turn is going to cost you every single time. So Bryce Kenny and Monster Mutt will now take on Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger. The drivers who have gone through this final turn have lost every single time. It is really close right now, and Ryan is going to be at a disadvantage, having to deal with this turn. Can he nail it well? He will not. Bryce Kenny wins the race, and the bad left lane has cost every driver tonight and has granted Monster Mutt a racing win. Wow. You do not see that very often, where one lane is very clearly better than the other, and that was a killer all night long. We move into the skills challenge. Kayla Blood and Sparkle Smash tries a stoppie here. In this competition, you could either do 2 moves on 2 wheels or 1 donut. She's not really very good in this competition, usually very unrestrained. She gets a 6.236. We can see the scores. Love that. Thank you, Zacher. This is great. Here's Matt Pagliarulo and Jester. Bryce Kenny, that racing win was only number 2 on the year for him, as Matt Pagliarulo does a terrible donut. Very low score, deservingly so. Here comes Nick Pagliarulo and Kraken. Nick Pagliarulo looking pretty solid on his first move. It's a stoppie attempt. Gonna go for another one on move number 2. Let's see if he can execute this one well, too. Oh, he tried the little nose flick, but didn't have enough kick. He was a little too low, and he's going to get second place. Too bad. Next up, we've got Tristan England in the JCB Digatron. Tristan is absolutely dialed in this competition all year. He's got the most wins in Monster Jam at 10 in this competition. He has been so good. He's had some of the best skills runs of the year, without a doubt. I mean, it has been an absolute pleasure to watch him do what he's been doing all season long. He's going to try his special little popper wheelie. Awesome. I mean, it's just so good to watch him do that move. Now he's going to go for move number 2. He likes to do these nose flicks. Really hard to beat Tristan England in this competition. It's the reason why he's winning this series. He's perfectly planted on the ramp, balancing at a 50-degree angle. What a job by Tristan England. I mean, I would have given that a 9.5. The fans give him a 9.315. He will be your new leader. Here's Zach Garner in Wild Side. Zach had some motor issues in racing. I highly doubt they're resolved in the second competition of the day. He's probably only had about 20 minutes to fix it. Adam Anderson waving him on, telling him how much room he's got, and now letting him know that it's time to put it in reverse. Oh dear, Adam's like, hey, you need to put it in reverse now, buddy. And he did. Good first move from Zach Garner. Gonna go for move number 2 here. Almost lost it, but got it back on the sidewalls. Good job out of Zach Garner. I would not give that the lead. Solid number. Last year, Zach Garner competed in Salinas and had the best skills run of the year. So he's pretty good in that competition. Here's Cole Bernard in the Black Pearl. His beautiful purple bead locks, doing the reverse popper. Now he's going for a bicycle. Cole's never been super good in this competition, and he does a pretty standard Cole Bernard run there. He gets third place. Here's Jamie Garner, the driver of El Toro Loco on this series. A lot of people have said they don't like the new El Toro Loco body, but I'm not going to lie, it's grown on me a lot. I actually like it a lot more, but it's been crushed as Jamie Garner's flipped it over here in Denver. That's too bad. Here comes Adam Anderson, Gravedigger. Adam has 2 skills wins on the year. A lot of people don't tend to look at Adam Anderson as a really good skills driver, but it's stuff like that that'll get him the wins, but this time he flips it over. They didn't let him try and save it, which is too bad, because I bet you he probably would have with the bounce he had going. Unfortunately, that'll end his run. Here comes Michael Pagliarulo in Excalibur. I hope this truck will stay on all 4s, or at least not flip over, because I want to see more of this beautiful Excalibur body. I don't know why they decided to change it up this weekend, but they did, and it looks very pretty. Got those rear wheels kind of shaking. I don't know if that's on purpose or not, but it looks pretty funny. Tried to combo it, didn't quite work. That was one of the best skills moves we've seen out of Michael Pagliarulo this year. Oh, something went wrong with the transmission there. Or at least he just didn't get it shifted in gear in time. He's not going to get a good number. Here's Todd LeDuc and Megalodon. Todd getting it deep onto the right sidewall there. Good first bicycle from him. Todd, 3 skills wins on the year. He's been pretty consistent in this competition. Oh, tried the bicycle to moonwalk. It's a very slick track, though. Not a great track to try something like that. He somehow got third place. That's weird. Here comes Ryan Anderson and Son of a Tigger. Let's see if Ryan can put on a good skills run here. He has got it up on top of the ramp. He's going to do a maximum moonwalk. Not a lot of drivers do this because it's a lot more risky and a lot harder to do if you can't get it right on the ramp. But he does a slap moonwalk brilliantly. It twisted him around, though, so we had to cut it a little short. Now he's going to bicycle on this racing ramp. Ooh, not a good landing for that either. Disappointing runs all around today. That'll put him in third place. So Tristan England still in first, so Tristan will gain back some of the points he lost in racing to Ryan. Critical. Well, every single point matters so much at this point as Bryce Kenny and Monster Mutt comes out. Now Tristan England is praying that Bryce will place in second or third right now to get himself between him and Ryan Anderson. Bryce is going to need a pretty good run to do that as he lines up for the backflip ramp. Oh, that's the end of his run. What? No, you're disqualified. That's 3 moves. He backed it back on top of the ramp. You can't do that. That is a disqualification, so he will likely be disqualified for that. Too bad. What? He should have been disqualified. He did 3 moves. But Tristan England's going to get a little extra luck here because he wins the competition, and Bryce Kenny did finish in third, so that is going to cost him cost Ryan an extra point there. As Tyler Duke and Megalodon will start off our freestyle competition. You have 2 minutes to do whatever you want on the track. This is the Stars and Stripes Megalodon, and Tyler Duke is going to be our pioneer today. Tristan picks up skills win number 11 on the year. That's his 15th competition win. That is third most at the stadium level. The two drivers with the most are Tyler Menninga and Ryan Anderson. Both have 18. Tyler Duke somehow has 2 freestyle wins on the year, but he has had a couple really solid ones. Those 2 freestyle wins were arguably some of the best freestyles in all of the stadiums this year. So when Tyler Duke goes out and tries, he does very well. He just doesn't try very often anymore. He's been around in the sport for about 14 years now. It is kind of sad to see how the mighty have fallen, though. I mean, Todd is unfortunately not the same driver he once was. This is a 2-time World Finals champion, and not to mention he's a 3-time Series champion. Won it in 2017, 2019, and 2020. So this man has quite the track record. Going for the backflip already? Yes, it is. About a minute in. Very, very early backflip out of Tyler Duke. Our first competitor out. He's a little short on it. Maybe wanted to do that consecutive backflip again. Been a very Todd LeDuc-y freestyle here today, which is odd because back in the day, Todd LeDuc-y freestyle would be one with a bunch of air and crazy saves, but oh, nice air, Todd! There you go. Almost flipped him over, but it didn't. Nice to see Todd LeDuc getting a little bit of nice air. Not a very common occurrence these days. Not the worst run Todd has had this year, but not a good freestyle overall. I probably would give it about an 8. Maybe an 8.1. A little donut at the end is going to... I'll give him a glazed donut. Ooh, he's whipping it. Nice. All right. That's a good way to start off. He gets an 8.334. Pretty solid. Fans overscored him a lot. Thankfully, we have the expert judge here today. Here's Colvin and the Black Pearl. The expert judges have been very all over the place. Sometimes they're really good, sometimes they're really bad. This series has been a little bit problematic at times with some of the scores they've been giving. Now, Colvin coming out second. This is a pretty heavy hitter coming out early in freestyle. Man who's having a very good year, but I gotta say, February was a really good month for him. February and early March, Colvin was just unbeatable in freestyle. Since then, I don't know what it is, but he just has not had the same sort of luck. He's not driving as hard, and the truck's been flipping over a little too much, braking too much. He does have 2 freestyle wins on the season, though, which is good. Nice air out of Cole. It's always good to see Colvin airing it out. I mentioned it in the open. I haven't really talked about it a lot this year, but Colvin only has 1 leg. He's lost his right leg. So he drives with a prosthetic. He's the only Monster Jam driver to do so. So it makes what he does even more impressive. Thought he was going to try the backflip early too, but he did not. He's going back around to get some nice air. I don't know, it just feels like the momentum's not quite there for Cole these days, which is just weird. It's such a strange dichotomy in this season where he had a month where he was the best freestyler in the sport and quickly just kind of fell off a little bit. He's going to hit the backflip ramp. After landing the backflip, see a lot of drivers go a little bit bigger. Not a ton of room to run up for something. He might be having a motor problem because it feels like the truck just doesn't have... It feels like the truck's driving through mud or molasses. It's just doesn't have that same sort of kick. Feels like it's missing some horsepower. Maybe only got... I mean, these are 1,500 horsepower trucks. Maybe only on like 1,100. Because that was not a great freestyle for Colvin, and I actually wouldn't even put it over to Todd LeDuc, and they don't. So he gets second place. Here comes Nick Pagliarulo and Kraken. Nick Pagliarulo does not have a competition win this year. He has had a couple wow moments and a couple really good freestyles, but that's a testament to how good this series has been in the freestyle competition. It's something that happened to Colt Stevens a lot on his series. Just good freestyles that didn't get rewarded because drivers just outperformed him. Which is always a good thing. I mean, I would rather, as a Monster Jam fan, have a guy have no freestyle wins but have a lot of wow moments, because it means that we've just had one of two things, either really bad scoring or just really good freestyle competitions, and this series has had a lot of good ones. It's too bad because a lot of people came into this year with such high expectations after 2024 being such an amazing year in Monster Jam. It's been an okay year. Definitely not been nearly as good as last year. We've had a solid year overall, but I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably give it a 6.8 or a 6.9. Last year was like a 9, so pretty hard to top that. But most Monster Jam years are typically around that 7 mark, in my eyes. But Nick Pagliarulo has added to a lot of those big wow moments. Maybe you'll be able to throw one in here in Denver. I thought there was a point in time this year that Nick Pagliarulo had been driving hard enough to maybe get his way to a World Finals spot, but that has since passed in my mind. I don't think there's even a chance of that happening because he just has not been driving as hard. I feel like he could do well in the World Finals, but I feel like he pulled back a little bit on purpose. Been an okay run, has not done a backflip yet. I don't think he's going to at the rate he is going. Not much time left, and there's no other backflip ramps aside from the 8-pack over here. And he's not one to normally hit that. And he's not going to. Overall, flow-wise, probably the best run of the night, but without a backflip, I would probably put that in 3rd, and it gets 3rd. That's exactly what the fans thought. We'll see if Jamie Garner and El Toro Loco can come out here and do something, as he is in that slightly crushed El Toro Loco. Doesn't look as bad as I thought it would. It was not a very hard landing. He just kind of rolled over on his roof. This side of the truck looks a little worse to wear, so now we'll talk about it a little bit more. I really like the way this body looks. I hated it at the beginning of the year, but I'm not going to lie. It's grown on me a lot. Kind of like the Monster Mutts. I didn't like the new Monster Mutt bodies when they came out, and I grew to love them. This El Toro Loco does look really nice. I am quite honestly a fan. And Jamie does drive it pretty well. He has not had an amazing year, but he carries his weight. He's got a freestyle win. Not many drivers can say that they've done that, or not every driver can say that they've done that. This series has 3 drivers without freestyle wins. That's Caleb Blood, Matt Pagliarulo, and Nick Pagliarulo. And today, Nick is not going to get one. So far, been a pretty slow start to this competition. Really boring freestyles, and I'm kind of disappointed. Ooh, he tricked us. Wanted to go for some big air instead. That'll work. The biggest air of the night. Oh, and it's going to flip him over. That's too bad. Not the way to go out. You really wanted to see Jamie go a little harder, and he did at the end. As Zach Gardner and Wildside will come out next. We missed him announcing his presence. He was getting some big air. Caught Zach a little off guard there. See if Zach Garner can pick up another freestyle win today. No better time than right now to take a lead, that's for sure. Very underwhelming freestyle runs, so a Zach Garner-esque freestyle will likely blow the roof off this place and get a high number. Question is if the truck can stay intact. Last time we saw him was in Atlanta. He only freestyled for a combined like 50 seconds in Atlanta, which is a shame, because I really wanted to see him go big, and you could see him coming out here doing what he'd been doing all year long, just going for that huge air. And even breaking the truck as much as he did in Atlanta. That's not slowing him down here in Denver. He has 2 freestyle wins on the year. This driver is a lot. This tour has a lot of drivers who have won freestyle twice. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 drivers who have won freestyle multiple times. That is an incredible number. He backflips. He got the tailgate stuck on top of the backflip ramp. That's hilarious. Gonna back it up. We love seeing Zach Garner back up because it means he's lining up for some sick air. Showing up on the airport radar in Denver, and it flips him over and back on all fours. And he still has plenty of time to go. What else does Zach Garner have in store with 30 seconds left? Zach Garner is just a treat. This kid is in my top 3 most likely to win the Freestyle Championship this year. It would be a pleasure to see Zach Garner pick up a win. Racing's not been his forte this year. The defending racing champion might have a better chance of winning the Freestyle Championship this year. And it would not shock me one bit. It would be quite special. And the way he's driven, he certainly can. Did they shut him off going for one more move? Boom. He gets first place, so that's good. A 9.450, deservingly so. Puts him atop the leaderboard, as Michael Pagliarulo and Excalibur will be our next contender. He's another one of the drivers with multiple freestyle wins on the year. He's got 2 of them. And like I was going to say, but I knew Zach Garner was probably going to go a little bit bigger. I wanted to wait for the beginning of a freestyle run to talk about it. It is such a weird thing to have 7 drivers with multiple freestyle wins. Hold that thought. Excalibur has broken an axle in the front right. You can see, oh no! He might have no front power at all. He pulled out a slap wheelie with it, which is pretty wild. He has no front power. He must have broken that differential in the front. This man is running on rear-wheel drive. That is incredibly difficult to manage. Michael Pagliarulo is also a rookie driver. This is his first year driving in Monster Jam. He's probably, I don't even know if he's 20 years old yet. So this is a true test of driver skill. We know this kid can just rear back and fire, just like that. But the ability to maneuver a track with just rear-wheel drive is pretty impressive. He's doing a pretty good job right now. This is one of the better runs you'll see with a truck that's got no front power. I'd love to see him attempt a backflip here. I mean, you usually can land a backflip like this. It's going to take a little bit more skill. We'll see if he's got it in the bag. He does pull it off. Oh no, it twists him. Never mind. The truck kicked that back right a little too hard, and it flipped him turtled on his roof. Too bad. Not the way he wanted to go out either. A lot of drivers are having disappointing endings here. So here's a pretty important freestyle for the man who's at the top of the tour, Tristan England in the JCB Digatron. And I have to imagine we're pretty similar in points. He entered the day with a 7-point lead. We can't be more than 1 or 2 points away from that right now. And with the way this freestyle is going, Tristan England has got to be looking right now to lock in a second place spot. If he could just go out there, have a good freestyle, throw in a stoppie or 2, and land a backflip, he'll probably be in second place. And that puts all the pressure on Ryan Anderson to go out there and try and win. Tristan England has played this series absolutely magnificent in this competition. By doing stuff like that, there's a reason why he's in first place on this tour. He doesn't need to drive at 100% to win a tour. He has done enough to put all the pressure on Ryan Anderson, and it has given him this series because Ryan has made the mistakes Tristan's needed to keep him atop this tour. And with just 2.5 shows to go now, Tristan is in a good spot, but he's going to need to keep up this consistency, and he is going to need to outperform Ryan a couple times. He's probably going to need to pick up some more racing wins along the way if he wants to seal the deal. Goes for the backflip. Got a nice kick for a moonwalk. That's good. Now, Tristan only has 1 freestyle win on the year, mainly because he is not driving very hard in this competition. He's driving very strategically. He's not going for wins. He's going for points. The more you go for wins, the more likely you are to flip it over. That's why on this series, we have nobody with more than 3 wins. The only drivers with 3 are Bryce Kenny, Ryan Anderson, and Adam Anderson. All those other drivers just have 2, and Tristan has 1, so it's pretty impressive. But it just goes to show you, all these drivers are trying so hard, which has led to a lot of crashes. It's led to a couple bad events, but it's also led to a couple really, really good events. But it's also why Tristan has been able to run away with this series. With just 10 seconds left to go, he's done exactly what he needed to do. He has not gone above and beyond, but he will probably finish in the top 3 or 4 right now with the way this freestyle is going, and he hasn't even needed to do anything crazy. Sometimes you have to let the opponents beat themselves, and he does. Second place for Tristan England. That is exactly what he wanted to do. I'm sure he'd have liked the number to be a little higher, but he didn't drive better than that. So Adam Anderson and Gravedigger comes out now with only a couple drivers left to go, and Tristan's going to have to hope that that is enough to keep him ahead of Ryan Anderson or within a place or 2. But he's done enough right now that he is guaranteed that he will not be behind Ryan at the end of the day, and that is all that matters. He has to keep himself in first. Adam Anderson, no stranger to winning series championships. He's got 3 of them himself. The last one he won was in 2023. He won one in 2016. He won the first ever no, it wasn't the first ever. He won his first ever FS1 Championship Series when he was driving Gravedigger, and then he won it 2019 as well. So Adam has a very long history, but those were, I don't want to say blowouts, but as has been the case in pretty much every Stadium Series ever, they were decided well before the tour was over. This is the first time in Monster Jam history in which a series has been this close at the end of it. And both Stadium Series are this close. I mean, they're within 10 points of each other. It's actually bonkers how close this has been, and that it's happening at the same time. I love it. The competition's been so fun this year. In a year that has had some really bad events and disappointing events, it's been the competition that has made it interesting and has kept me entertained throughout this entire year. He's going for the 8-pack quickly. Wow, he didn't line up perfectly at all. Might have broken the truck a little bit. He did. He broke a planetary in the back left on that. He kind of rushed it, and it cost him. Adam can handle a broken planetary, though. The goal is to kind of unlock it, because that'll allow you to have a little bit more room. It's tough to have a wheel that's that heavy just kind of holding you back. You try and really break that planetary up, because right now it's just locked in place. So if you can pop it loose, it'll start spinning again, but it's still going to have no power. But better than this. He's trying. He's really trying to break it loose, but it's not working. He's going to flip it right over. Trying to save it, but he's only got one wheel, but it worked anyway! There was not a chance in hell he was going to pull that off. Somehow he does. There are maybe 3 drivers in the world who can make that happen. And Adam Anderson just did. He didn't deserve the lead, and I'm glad he didn't get it. But he managed to make something special at the end of that run. That was awesome. Here comes Monster Mutt Bryce Kenny, one of 3 drivers left to go, I want to say. We have still not seen Sparkle Smash or Son of a Digger. I know Kayla Blood's coming out pretty late. She had an awesome freestyle in Atlanta. So Bryce coming out after he got Big Air in Atlanta, going to try and do some good stuff. So Tristan probably going to start getting a little nervous because I don't know if he was expecting Adam to overtake him the way that he did. And Adam put up a really big number. Adam was disappointed he didn't take the lead, but I got to say, Zach Garner's run was overall better. Just because you had the one wow moment, Zach Garner's wow moment was really cool too, and his run was overall way more entertaining. Bryce Kenny, no stranger to freestyle wins. He's got 3 of them, tied for the most on the series. Don't flip it over now, Bryce. It's been an overall, it's been trending downward, this competition. It's been on the bad side. This has not been a good freestyle, and it's not been average. It's been slightly below average, but these last freestylers have the ability to bring it above that. We've seen it happen before, where those last 3 guys come out and put down World Finals Championship-esque runs. Bryce Kenny, gonna backflip. That wild side tailgate's still up there. That's pretty funny. Little moonwalk. Seems like that might have slowed down the truck a little bit. He did not have nearly as much wheel speed when he went for that ramp. I don't know why, but he's got less than 30 seconds left. He has not done anything yet, but Adam Anderson hadn't either, and he managed to pull out a wow moment. Cross threads it over, right into the center of the track. Not a lot of room to make something happen, though. The problem with this track is once you get into that middle, there's really nothing to hit to make it interesting. Whips it back around to that huge ramp. It's a big sky wheelie. That's been sending drivers sideways all night. Ends his time. That was good. Better than Tristan. I'd put it in 3rd, and he does get 3rd. So that's the problem with Tristan England. He played a little too strategic, and now he had to bank on everyone else kind of falling back a little bit, and he can't afford to have these last 2 drivers place ahead of him. Kayla Blood and Sparkle Smash one of the last 2, and he needs Ryan Anderson to go out there and kind of fail. It's going to be a big freestyle for Ryan. There will be enough space for him to go out there and gain some numbers. He won't be able to be at the top of the tour, but he will be able to be pretty close. I mean, he's already pretty close, but he could be even closer. Kayla Blood and Sparkle Smash, got to give a shout out to Kayla Blood because she was able to grant me my first video to hit 1 million views of this decade. The last time I had a video hit 1 million views was back in 2019, and well, Kayla Blood was able to get me a short that got 1.5 million views, which I'm very, very excited about. Got a lot of subscribers that came over from that video as well. I'm very grateful to all of you. It is super cool to have you here. Hope some of you will stick along for the fun ride. Nice air out of Kayla Blood. Kayla has not had a very good season. This truck has been breaking on her left and right. It's been one of the worst she's had of her career, and mostly it's because of the truck's problems. She's been able to figure it out a little bit as the season's going along. She gets a backflip, not one to do a moonwalk. She wanted to try it, but didn't have it in reverse in time. Still has more than 30 seconds left, though. As you can see on the ribbon boards, they don't have those yellows up yet, so she's got some time. I don't know if she'll be able to pull out a win today, but anything can happen. Crazy wow moments can happen. Those car stacks seem to be a little bit less steep than they usually are, which is not helping the lack of excitement tonight. I don't even know if I can call it tonight. It's a fully daytime show. I mean, it's been sunny all day. That's the thing with all the shows being at... Oh, gosh, she flipped it right over. What was that? That's the problem with all the shows now being... Oh, she's also very on fire. The collector's caught on fire quick. She gets 4th place, so she places above Tristan England, too. That's pretty crazy. So now here's a really big freestyle for Ryan Anderson. If Ryan can finish in 1st or 2nd, maybe even 3rd, he'll still gain a good 3 to 4 points, maybe even 5 on Tristan. And I have to imagine he's probably around that 7 mark. He might finish this day 1 to 2 points out of 1st. Tristan played smart in freestyle, but not smart enough. He was banking on a lot of drivers' failures, and they did not fail. Everybody who has come out after Tristan England is placed ahead of him. That is not a recipe for success. Tristan's going to have to push a little bit harder or hope that Ryan makes a big mistake. This series could be determined with this freestyle run right now. Because if Ryan breaks it too early in a heartbreaking way, it'll push him far enough back that it might be too hard for him to come back with how consistent Tristan is. Ryan's been able to consistently get 3 to 4 points an event, and you can do the math. Well, with 3 shows left to go, including this one, well, that would be enough for him to take the series lead, but he's got a problem right now. He's only stuck in low gear. So Ryan is going to be dealing with some of that heartbreak, but it doesn't mean he can't do anything. Or it might. Oh my goodness, Ryan Anderson's truck has cost him. Oh my goodness. I don't believe it. Tristan's plan paid off. Imagine if he drove even harder. Ryan Anderson finishes in 11th. That might cost him the tour. With 2 shows to go, the frustration is palpable. And Ryan Anderson right now, that is... Oh, what a heartbreaking way to go. Wow. For Ryan Anderson and Tyler Menninga to probably both lose these series because of truck malfunctions. Consistency is going to matter a lot. Zach Garner Wildside picks up a freestyle win. Good for him. Number 3 on the year. Let's see who that overall event champion is. I'll bring up the overall series points as well. Oh, your racing winner is Bryce Kenny. I don't want to show the board for too long because that's how we get copyrighted. But Bryce Kenny in Monster Mud is your overall event champion with 32, and the big number, as you see on the screen right now, Tristan England, because of the freestyle performance from Ryan, gained 6 more points on Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger, which would mean that he would now have a 13-point lead with just 2 shows to go. That is wild. Let's make sure, just to be positive, and that is true. Ryan Anderson is 13 points behind. That is insane. 2 shows left. You think Ryan's going to do it? So I'm re-recording some of the end of this video because I actually was looking at the upcoming events, and this series only has 1 show left to go. Somehow my math got wrong along the way. I thought there were 2 stops left. There's not. There's only 1 show left, and Tristan England has a 13-point lead. I mean, that is... Looking at that now, I mean, thinking 13 points, 2 shows to go, going to be tough. But 13 points in one event is almost impossible at the rate Tristan England has been going. That is going to be incredibly crazy as we go into that final event. Their final event will be at SoFi Stadium, and that is going to end off the tour. We are about 3 weeks away from that, maybe 2. It'll be 2 from you watching this, 3 weeks from when this event actually took place. So, all things considered, this is going to be a crazy, crazy ending to this tour. I can't get my hat straight. Crazy ending to this tour because there's only 1 show left. There's 1 show to go, And Tristan England's a 13-point lead. The other series does have 2 stops left. 6 points, 2 stops, crazy. 13 points, 1 stop. It's looking pretty likely that Tristan England walks away as the series champion. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. But that freestyle from Ryan Anderson right there, I said it in the moment, not even realizing that there was only 1 show left, that might determine the tour. And I think it just did. We'll find out the next time we see this series. But with that, thank you all so much for watching. We've got 3 stadium shows left before the World Finals, and they are going to be incredible with the points all on the line. Thank you all for watching and sticking around all year. We'll see you in the next one.